There were so many opinions for KB's album, or his newest album, His Glory Alone. So I decided to let mine sit for a while, listen to it a few more times, and see if it changed at all. Now, here's the review of KB's album, His Glory Alone. KB's highly anticipated album, His Glory Alone, dropped over a week ago. I've heard a lot of different opinions on it. Some said it's not a great album, some say it is a great album, some said that it didn't have enough substance, some say that it had enough substance. There are differences of opinions everywhere. But the one opinion that I keep hearing and that I agree with is that it is a solid album. Here's what I'm saying. You know how some movie franchises like the Marvel Universe has all good movies? Yeah, well, when they release one movie that's quite average, the whole that movie's scrutinized for being average. It's not that it's bad, it's just that it's not amazing like we all thought it was gonna be. That's kind of the thing that's going on with this album, His Glory Alone. I think that His Glory Alone was a good album. But when I first listened to it, I felt like it was lacking something, like it was missing something. That thing that gives most KB albums that flair. I highly agree with that comment. It was missing substance. And it definitely was. When I think to Today We Rebel, I think of songs like Get Through, songs like Art of Hope and Art of Drifting, Not Today Satan. I mean, heck, even Prime Time, and all of those songs are extremely deep and substantive. While the songs on His Glory Alone weren't flat, I mean, they weren't deep either. The best they were was worship songs, and there's no problem with that. But it's just that KB has given us something for so long that when he decides to just give us something totally different, it comes as a shock and a little bit like we're missing something from it. The highlight of the album was Masterpiece. It had a very fine instrumental behind it, how it was not too hard, like it was soft throughout, but in the end it got a little bit of an 808 and beat, and I like that. The lyrics were very touching. It was almost the substantive song of that album. Again, it's not that any of the songs were bad. I think when you think of most of the songs, they're pretty good. Let It Rain, amazing beat, epic feeling. Lil Boy was probably one of the lowlights of the album for me. From the single release, I never really liked Lil Boy. I thought that, I don't know, it was kind of messy, that the beat was good, and the lyrics were good for the chorus at least. But they just didn't go well together. Not at all. 10K was good, This Is Life is good, Armies is good, Masterpiece is good, Libre, which is another definite highlight. Not because Libre is substantive or anything, but because just that chorus and the way it goes. Yes Song, another highlight for me because, I mean, let the band go! I probably just butchered that song for everybody. After the chorus, when he goes, let the band go, and then the beat drops, oh, it feels so good. Dark Skin was another song that it was substantive. But here's the thing. That song felt like it was lacking something. It felt like it was going somewhere and then it just stopped and we went right back to the album. We Right Here, honestly, the beat's hard. I like how the chorus is kind of like something you can shout along to, but honestly, the song's kind of forgettable. Loyal to the End, nothing extremely memorable about that, except for the beat. Loyal to the End had an amazing beat. I love that beat. The Name, honestly, I didn't really like that song. I just thought it was weird. Corin Hawthorne was barely in it. It says featuring Corin Hawthorne, but I can barely hear her. She's in the chorus, but it's almost like she's doing background vocals instead of actually being the feature. It almost sounded like there was someone else in the song. I kept listening to it and I'm like, is For King and Country in the song? I almost hear For King and Country, but whatever. Si Canción featuring Blanca and Musico. This is what really just put me to the conclusion that this album was lacking. I'm going to be brutally honest with this song. I was extremely not happy with the fact that this song was just a Spanish remake of Yes Song. Cause I liked Yes Song, and before this I ever heard this album and was like, well, Musical is gonna be a feature, and I'm so glad that he's finally getting into the CHH community. I'm going to be releasing a video on the Latino CHH or /CCM, whatever you want to call them, community. Musical will be in that video, and just the fact that that song was a remake got me, because I wanted it to be something new, something original, something that I can truly love. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's a remix, and I don't like it. It shouldn't have been on the album. It should have been something else with Blanca and Musical, another just original song. Oh, it should have been a Spanish worship song. That's like if Social Club decided to release Tuyo in English and then decide to release Tuyo in Spanish, I wouldn't know how to feel, because I would already be in love with the English one, and the Spanish one would feel forced. But no, since they released the Spanish one first, that's the one I love. So why would... Gets me mad. Other than that, the album was pretty solid for me. Again, it's nothing... If I was ranking KB's albums, it would be Today We Rebel, Tomorrow We Live, Waiting Glory, and His Glory Alone. But that would again only be because of the substance. Waiting Glory, I think of the Battlefield song, or the Battlefield letter. That song's extremely deep. Tomorrow We Live, we got Calling You, Drowning. With Tomorrow We Rebel, we got Art of Drifting and Art of Hope. And His Glory Alone, can I think of anything too deep, too thought-provoking? Not really. It's a good album, but that's it. It's just a solid album. It is literally the Iron Man 2 of KB's albums. Sorry, KB, if you're ever watching this, but I mean, I love your music. This album's good. I won't deny that. I listen to Armies. I listen to This Is Life. I listen to 10K. I listen to Let It Rain. I listen to Libre. I listen to Yes Song. I listen to all of those. But, you know, if I had a choice between that and Get Through, I'm picking Get Through, because I like that song. Not today's sake. Pretty much the older stuff. So, yeah. My number rating for this album would be a 7 out of 10. Again, solid album, but it wasn't really groundbreaking. At max, 7.5 out of 10. Remember to subscribe, like this video, drop a comment, go to my Instagram, follow my Instagram. And I know I haven't made a lot of videos lately. It's because I've been busy with school and work. But I do have some videos planned to come out for you. Remember, there's only two things I know: that Jesus is king and JT Picks knows best. Goodbye.